non-negotiated price, totally online, transparent, 100% pickup and delivery model.
Ford has a huge problem, and CEO Jim Farley has had enough. The Ford Motor Company has been in operation for over a century and has always sold through a dealership model. But this model doesn't work anymore. In a world where online is the norm, people are becoming more and more apprehensive about purchasing a car from a dealership. You need to haggle and wait around for hours, all the while hoping you're not being taken advantage of by the dealer. And unfortunately, dealerships are doing just that. One dealership was marking up its Ford F-150 Lightnings $50,000 above suggested retail pricing, and this is not an isolated case. Join us today as we explore why it's not such a straightforward problem and what the Ford CEO is doing about it. To fully understand why this is such a large problem, we must first understand why dealerships exist. Car dealerships first came into existence in the early 1900s as a way for Ford to sell its vehicles to customers. The first dealerships were simply horse and buggy dealers who agreed to sell Ford vehicles. Henry Ford then officially established a franchise network of competing dealerships in 1914. Little did he know the problems it would later cause. At the time, they were an excellent scaling strategy. The dealers would be closer to customers and could provide them with a better buying and servicing experience. At the same time, Ford could skip the need to build out physical locations across the country. By the 1930s, dealerships had large showrooms where customers could examine the newest models, speak to a trained salesperson, and resolve any issues that they had with a previously purchased car, all branded under the Ford name. Today, Ford has more than 3,000 dealerships that employ more than 170,000 people across the United States. So, where's the problem? There are two main problems. The first is that they are all franchises, and the second issue is a minefield of red tape and archaic laws. As the showrooms are franchises, Ford does not own them, nor do they fully control what happens at the dealership. The automobile industry has been in a tailspin since the shutdown, and the shortage of semiconductors is wreaking havoc on supply chains. This new climate has created a situation where dealers and Ford are completely unaligned. Ford wants to sell cars to their customers at an affordable price. Dealers, on the other hand, are in a situation where there is a lot of demand and very low supply. 2020 and 2021 were tough times, and now they are unable to resist the temptation to cash in by charging exorbitant prices. A New York City man reported a 2021 Ford Bronco at a New Jersey dealership with a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $34,855 being sold instead for $49,855. A Ford Lightning Owners Forum member recently reported an F-150 Lightning at a California dealership with a suggested retail price of $91,000 was being sold for $145,309. The situation was similar for the Ford Mustang Mach-E electric crossover. Inside EVs discovered that dealers were increasing prices on the Mustang Mach-E by